Hello and welcome to another episode of Historically Marked Route 66 edition, and I am in Kingman, Arizona, and I'm going to go ahead and split this into two parts. I was going to do like a whole Kingman, Arizona episode, but there's lots to see in this town, lots to do, and behind me is the old Trovatore Motel. It's a legendary one, and there's a marker here, and this is in fact where I'm staying tonight, so I'll go ahead and show you around. Here's that big sign. Lots of cool stuff here. I mean, if you're into the retro kind of thing, Route 66 experience. Here's that marker put up by the L. Clampus Vitus or Vitus. Sorry, I have a hard time pronouncing that one. Trovatore is Italian for a troubadour or traveler. Developer John F. Miller built the Nevada Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada, which was later renamed Sal Segev. Las Vegas spelled backwards, in other words. Brilliant. He moved to Kingman, Arizona in 1935 after Hoover Dam was completed, purchased the motel site, and started construction. From 1937 to 1940, a service station, auto court, and cafe were built. The modern settlement was a rest stop for travelers. Having heating and air conditioning, it was luxurious for its time. Many celebrities have stayed here, including Jeff Chandler, Charles Bronson, Jane Russell, James Dean, Marilyn Monroe, Clark Gable, and Don Knotts. That is where you check in. So this has supposedly the longest Route 66 map, and I'm going to be kind of backtracking on this one. So this is where it ends in Santa Monica, which I have not yet been to yet. I hope to go there by the end of the year. San Bernardino, Barstow, California, which I hope to be tonight, 24 hours from now. Needles, I'm visiting tomorrow. Oatman, I'm visiting tomorrow. That's in Arizona. Of course, I'm here in Kingman. I was in Seligman. I did not go to the Grand Canyon. I was about 40 miles from the Grand Canyon. And every room is themed after somebody like Michael Jackson, Marilyn Monroe. These people didn't necessarily stay here, but it's part of the whole pop culture kind of theme. But you have Tucumcari, Vega, Texas, Amarillo. Now, previously, the longest Route 66 mural was done by Bob Waldmeyer at the Meteor City Trading Post. And I was actually going to do a video there. Well, the place is not open anymore, unfortunately. And I stopped by there yesterday, and it looked like it was pretty much a no trespassing zone. Tulsa. Going into the Rainbow Bridge and Galena and Joplin. So it would have been a cool thing to do a video there, but I didn't want to be like one of those trespassers, you know what I mean? St. Louis, and this is of course Illinois, the world's longest Route 66 map. There you have it, folks. Springfield, Illinois, and then Chicago. And the motel, of course, expands this way. There's a lot of stuff painted on here, like Steve McQueen riding a motorcycle. Not so sure what the whole idea is behind that radio tower or antenna. And I don't know if they had the pool open during the season, but of course I don't plan on going swimming, especially not outside. After all, it is early March, even though I'm in kind of a much hotter climate. But I'm going to go ahead and get a look at the pool while I'm here. Bright bluish, bright blue, light blue, and purplish pink. I don't know. And they got sitting areas like most mom and pop motel chains do. Or mom and pop motels, sorry, not chains. So tonight, I've got the James Dean room. Next to me is Paul Newman, but no Paul from me. Maybe there's some salad dressing in that room, I don't know, but... Alright, so this is what my room's gonna look like. Everything James Dean on the walls. Nice. And like I said, this is a very old-fashioned motel, and they got the bath part covered. But it's part of the Route 66 experience when you stay at these places, and of course you're helping them survive by staying here. And I can't complain. It's got cable TV, it's got Wi-Fi, and a mini fridge, so I can get a cold bottle of water in the morning. So here is another legendary motel, the Hilltop. Sorry, no vacancy. Okay. I don't know who Bailey is. Obviously somebody that knows the owner, I guess, or somebody that works here. So it advertises, I know it's not lit up, but the best view in Kingman. Looks really nice, picturesque. Oh man, can't get any better than this. And what's more is, it also advertises rooms with Zenith Chrome Color TV. Okay. I don't even know if Zenith makes electronics anymore, but yeah, definitely I love the retro thing. And this is not lit up, as you can see, but this is the Siesta Apartments and 3 kitchenettes. And this place was found in 1929, so you can tell this obviously used to be a motel. Still noteworthy for retro or historical purposes. So tonight I'm going to eat at the Dambar and Steakhouse. I know there is a reasoning behind the name, and I could explain the story, but I'll just put it to you on screen. Here we go. Alright, can't wait to see what this place is all about, because it's a damn bar. What do you expect? Steakhouse too. Here's the foyer. And I'm greeted by John Wayne. Nice to see you too. Welcome in. Looks like a nice place. It's definitely got the feel of an old school kind of bar. Or a damn bar. This is the rowdy room, or the bar. That is the damn bar. Dollar bills everywhere. So many. Alright, so I just ordered the damn burger with cheese. All the fixins, fries, and unbeknownst to me, it came with cowboy beans. Hey, I can live with that. I guess it's also baked beans for around here, and they also feed you biscuits while you wait, and I ate them already. All right, like I always say when I'm at these places, time to chow down. Here we go. And yes, this town does, or city, takes plenty of pride in Route 66. And this includes the McDonald's, which is just at the intersection of Old Route 66 and Interstate 40. Check it out. Get your Big Mac on Route 66 in Kingman, Arizona. Nice. Now I'm at Kingman Park, and this is what the city is named after. So we're gonna go on top of that bandstand, and let's see, there's a plaque on there, so it'll tell us more about who Kingman was. Check it out. Now, as you can see, there's a railroad display. I mean, this is nothing new if you've watched all my Arizona Route 66 videos. I mean, just about all of them have something to do with the railroad. But now we're going to talk about Louis Kingman. Dedicated to Louis Kingman, born North Bridgewater, Massachusetts, 1845, died in Mexico City, 1912. Okay. A civil engineer who pioneered railroad location and construction in the western United States and Mexico. During 1886 to 1887, he supervised the construction of 1,353 miles of railroad. During the construction of the railroad through this area, he established the railroad camp where the town of Kingman now stands. Placed by the Arizona Highway Department in 1966. Alright, so now I'm going to take you into what is known as the classic downtown. Now, the guy at the hotel, or I'm sorry, at the motel, gave me a lot of useful information. Like, there's actually two parts of Kingman. There's the new town, and then there's the old town. So, But I'm going to take you to the Old Town because that's where all the history is. And of course, Route 66 stuff. So here we go. So now I'm kind of in the heart of downtown, or I'm sorry, Old Town, Kingman, Arizona. And this here is a lot of historic houses on this street and block. Like there's a couple historic houses with markers over there. And then that's the historic Bonelli house, built in 1915. It has a closed sign on it, so obviously it's closed today, or maybe it'll be open later. But this place is the Mojave County Health Department building, and movie stars Clark Gable and Carole Lombard got married here. I'll tell you more about it on this marker. Yes, this used to be a church, St. John's United Methodist Church, built in 1917. Constructed of locally quarried tufa stone, this is the second building constructed for the Methodist congregation, Kingman's oldest organized religious group. It talks about the architectural part. So, I don't know if they were both filming a movie around here or anywhere in northern Arizona, but on March 29th, 1939, Clark Gable and Carole Lombard were married here, and I don't know who was present at the ceremony. I want to say one of his best friends was, his name escapes me, but they were married for nearly 3 years. Now Carole Lombard, their marriage met a tragic end right as World War II was starting, because Carole Lombard, well, there's a long story to this, but she died in a plane crash. I want to say about 50 or 100 miles away from here, near Las Vegas. But she was on a trip selling war bonds, and the plane crashed into a mountain near there. But I'm also planning on visiting the place where they spent their honeymoon in Oatman, Arizona, which is about 30 miles from here, west of here, on Route 66. So I thought I'd show you this cool building, and if you're into classic movie history like me, I mean, this is definitely a spot you should take pictures of. So yeah, I don't recommend anybody get married here. And Kingman's nickname is the heart of Route 66. This is old Route 66 right here, but it's also known as Andy Devine Avenue. Now, who was Andy Devine? Well, don't feel bad because I didn't know who he was either. But Andy Devine was a character actor who grew up here in Kingman. His father opened the Beale Hotel, which is just right over there where that big sign is. Andy, who lived from 1905 to 1977, was mostly known as the comic cowboy sidekick, with his distinctive whiny voice and his heavy-set image. So yeah, he was in a couple movies. The one I can think of is The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. I'm sure there's a lot more to that. Now, there is a marker in front of the Hotel Brunswick, or Brunswick Hotel, something like that. I think it goes either way. But it's a really cool classic building. There's a marker there. Now, that right there is the Beale Motel, as I was saying. And it was built in 1899, opened that same year, by Andy Devine's father. That was actually the first big hotel in town. But by 1916, it was refurbished. I'll give you a much better view of that sign. It stands out clearly, and I'm sure the town definitely wants to keep it up there forever. I'd love to see how it looks at night. Look at all those birds. That's downtown, all the government buildings. This is a lizard statue. Cute. And that is, Kingman train station, the Amtrak station. And those are, of course, lovely mountains in the background. I think it would be cool to live here, but there's a lot of goods and bads to living in isolated areas. And I know a lot of people, I mean, I'm not trying to be derogatory, but yeah, I mean, it's not a suburb, nor is it really a big city, but it's one of those desert towns or cities. But still a really cool place to visit. Here's a little close-up of that sign. Really cool. And it looks like the roof's kind of falling off. But like I said, the guy at the El Trovatore Motel, he gave me a lot of cool, or very nice historical information. Now, like during the early 20th century, a lot of Asians, well, Chinese, he was saying, now if they were caught going across the street they'd be at risk for lynching. And I know there's no really better way of putting it, but at one time there were many tunnels underneath this highway. Very weird. I mean, I don't even know if they still exist or if there's any passageway that leads to them, but they were also used as storing whiskey and beer during Prohibition. So I thought that was really interesting. And a couple big name celebrities besides Devine were here. Pamela Anderson has been here twice. Now she was here like, I don't really know, for whatever reason. Maybe she was shooting a movie, but she was arrested for drinking and driving on a motorcycle. And then she returned shortly after to pay her fine. And then she ended up doing a nude shoots for Playboy or some magazine here in town, and that got her arrested again. Now, Jean-Claude Van Damme was filming Universal Soldier, and he was going literally 130 miles an hour here on Route 66. Wow. And of course, that got him arrested. I mean, when you draw attention like that, I mean, what do you expect? But if your name is Jean-Claude Van Damme, that doesn't mean you can do whatever you want. All right, so check out this Brunswick Hotel. Wow. I don't think I've ever set foot underneath a hotel balcony besides the one in El Rancho. But this is Hotel Brunswick, constructed in 1909. Hotel Brunswick was built by prominent businessmen John Mulligan and J.W. Thompson. Kingman's first three-story building, constructed a local quarried tufa stone, featured 50 cowboy rooms with shared bath facilities. I'm sorry, cowboy rooms? Okay. I've never heard such thing. A dining room and full-service bar. It was reputed for its service using Waterford crystal and solid brass beds in all rooms. Kingman's Devine spent his childhood in and around the Brunswick. Today, the Brunswick is one of Kingman's finer dining establishments. Okay, cool. And by the way, that is a mannequin in the window. Her name's Mary Lou. She was a telephone operator with Citizen Utilities in the late 1950s. And this is where they made Packards. I don't know if you remember, if you've ever seen my video for Gary's Gay Parada in Missouri. We were talking about Packards, and I didn't even really know what a Packard was at the time, but now I know. Old Trails Garage. All right, well, thanks so much for tuning in to part one of this Route 66 and Kingman video. Hope you learned a lot, and I'll definitely show you a different part of town where the Arizona Route 66 Museum is, as well as a lot of train cars and a 50s diner is. So stay tuned for the next one. I'll see you guys soon. Stay tuned for more Route 66 videos besides the upcoming Kingman one. All right, I'm Jason in Kingman, Arizona, signing off.